Boom, and we're live. Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to TwistedYounginz, the most unorthodox show on the globe. I am one of your hosts, Myra B. King.
And this is Desi Dez.
And it's your boy Mojo in the building, and we got another special guest. Sir, introduce yourself. Let them know who you are.
Yo, what's going on, man? It's Natstar from LA, and I'm happy to be here with y'all today. Happy to talk with y'all.
All right.
Natstar, aka Nat So Cold out here in these streets, man. You're popular now.
Ice cold, baby. Ice cold.
Born and raised in LA?
Nah, actually, I've been here. It'll be a year in July. I'm actually born and raised in North Carolina.
Okay. All right. What brings you to LA? Was it the music or?
A lot of things, honestly. You know, I'm not gonna be cliche and say the weather because that's what everybody say. But opportunities, you know, like, you know, I've been at it for a few years now. And we moved, my wife and I both moved from Charlotte, North Carolina. And I've been in North Carolina most of my life and just had the opportunity to move out here. Just took the opportunity, came out here, and things start changing. Things start going up from there. So
it's better, like you can tell, like it's for your music capability, like your music people you've been around, you're producing.
Yeah,
it's like more connections out there.
Yeah, for sure. You know, because the thing is, you know, a lot of people out here do the same thing. You know, it's hundreds, if not thousands, of rappers, models, singers. You know what I mean? Just because it's an entertainment city, and so the thing you discover when you get out here, if you're confident in yourself, if you're confident in your abilities, you know, yourself as either an artist or an actor or actress or whatever, then you can pull from the good energy from around you because everybody's doing the same thing. You know what I mean? So it's like you get out here and you see, oh, I'm in the pool of energy of people that want to do what I do. And so that gives you more energy to do what you do. You know what I mean?
And people that understand the grind and the hustle. You know what I mean?
Everybody gets it. Yes. Everybody out here that I've at least come across that's in the entertainment industry, regardless of what they do, they all have that same, you know,
that drive,
struggle and that drive.
Yeah,
absolutely. So everybody gets it. And when you're amongst a group of people like that, you can't help but to get that, you know what I'm saying? And so it's good to be out here and to live out here to experience that on a daily has done wonders for my career.
And that'll change your mindset as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Mindset. How did you get started in music? Like,
I've been in the music industry technically all my life. My dad, he was in radio, and he was in radio, and then he was in the record industry. And so when my mother passed when I was like 5, he started working for Atlantic Records. And so I would be on a road with him as a kid, you know, just meeting famous people left and right, and, you know, getting a glimpse of what the game was going to be like at an early age. So by the time I was about 9, well, about 8, he would put me on stage, you know, to just rap, cover shit like Crisscross, you know. And so I would get on stage and do it, and I just developed a love for it. After a while, I started writing my own, then I started producing my own music at 11. And I just kept going.
What made you want to produce your own music?
The Chronic by Dr. Dre.
Which song? Was it a specific song on there, or was it just a whole entire album?
Nothing But a G Thing. And then it became the entire album. Okay. But it started with Nothing But a G Thing. When I heard that record at that age, I had to be maybe 9 or 10 when that song came out. And it was just something about it. And I was so fascinated by it that I had to figure out how to do it. And so my dad bought me a keyboard, and I just started fucking with the keyboard because I was just like, man, this sound is so dope. And from then I started writing my own shit, and just kept going.
Okay. I wanna ask you.
Yeah.
As being a creator, you just said you were inspired by the Chronic album.
Mm-hmm.
With music today, and you know, of course, you write your own music, you produce as well. Is it harder for creators behind the scenes to actually create new material? Because what I'm hearing now is like a lot of samples. Every time I turn on the radio, it's like a recycle of music constantly. And I think it was the same thing for us growing up in the 90s. We were thinking it's original, but those were samples. So then now coming up now, they're sampling that music and that music is getting sampled. It's like it's like why is it hard for, well, I'm not gonna say it's hard, but why do you, as for you being a creator, is it hard to pull new tools out the bag, or do you let sometimes people let inspiration go to their head sometimes and just,
hey, this your boy Desi Dez.
And it's your boy Mojo. And if you like what you are seeing so far, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the page. Please. And if all else fails and you like what you talking about as far as this merch-wise, baby, hit us up. You know what I'm saying? Check us out on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook at TwistedYounginz with a Z. You know what I'm talking about? Make sure you give us an email at TwistedYounginz@gmail.com for all promotions.
Where's it at TwistedYounginz@gmail.com.
Yes, sir, with a Z. And also, if y'all don't like what you see right now, as far as merch-wise, we got more merch, and we also do merch.
Do your merch
Send us in a couple
support
designs.
Everybody.
Yeah, and we do promotional packages, interviews, videos, articles, whatever you guys need, man. Just make sure you hit us up. Holla at you, baby.
I could tell you, just from my personal experience, like if you ever get a chance to go back, like I've been rapping, making music for years now, right? So if you ever get a chance to go back and listen to some of my old music, like 2012, 2013, you'll see that my sound evolves, like it changes. Yeah. You know, so the way that I sound now isn't how I would sound 5 years ago or 10 years ago. And so what I do, I live in the moment. I live in kind of the space of where music is. And I pull my inspiration from the people that make that space a thing. So for example, like Metro Boomin right now would be one of the hottest producers out. London on the Track, one of the hottest producers out. It's a Wheezy.
Yeah, out of here.
Wheezy. Like they got this. They just kind of have today's standard. And so you asked, about me being a producer. What's funny is I don't even produce as much anymore because I discovered a couple producers on BeatStars that have the sound that I'm looking for that rides within today's climate.
Well, either or, so production or writing, you know what I mean? It's just creator in general, because even with the song, the songs is, like I said, I'm hearing sampled songs as far as the writing, as well.
Yeah.
Like, so just, the whole realm of it.
Yeah, it would depends. I think also on, what you're listening to, like, because a lot of these new hip hop producers are just coming from scratch. But then you got like the hit makers of the world who's doing what you're saying. Like he's sampling, like I don't know if y'all listen to Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah.
So like some of those Ty Dolla $ign remakes that he's doing. Samples, that's Hitmaker kind of going back to the 90s and just pulling those old hits and remaking them into. So you got those producers, but then
do right. Like I mean,
it's easy to do it. I mean, it's still
mix it up like the Tory Lanez with the Chicks tape, where he kind of pretty much showed love to those old tracks,
Yeah,
but
it depends. Anything doesn't taste.
Yeah, you ain't using. You're not putting too much.
People. Yeah, it's not.
You're not putting too much creativity in. I'm hearing something I like, and I'm like, you know what? I can just spin this, add a snare or Jerry.
I'm not gonna call it stealing, but why make your own beat from scratch when you can?
Not stealing.
It was a hit back in the 90s. So let me just chop it or speed it up.
I'll tell you why.
I'll
tell you why, because there's a demographic of people that's in between one generation of hip hop and another generation of hip hop. And that demographic of people, Hitmaker identified, I could touch that generation just by touching the music that they grew up on. And so if I can take that music from the 90s, spin it and make it live within today's moment, I might have something on my hands. And it turns out that he did.
Well, what about a producer that can listen to the 90s, get immersed with it, and then you know what? I can make a beat from scratch like the people in the 90s, and I can also update it with the beats, the drums and the snares and whatever, the horns or whatever to today.
You
Like,
just sample it. Well, somebody in here to sing. You know, I don't need to sample it.
Yeah, you got. I mean, you got cats out there. You got cats out there that's doing just that. Like the people that I'm working with are just, you know, it's just music. It's no samples. It's nothing pulled from one or pulled from. It's just is what it is. So you got just different. That's why I said it depends on who you're listening to, because you got some producers who do it, and then you got, you know, these new up and coming cats. They just kind of doing them. They just literally take like from scratch, and
that's
you know, they're using the same drum sounds, but they don't have nothing. You know, they don't owe nobody for publishing. You know what I mean? So, you know, it all depends on who you listen to.
True.
So, and now you have a new project called Heat that I saw you out promoting.
Yeah, my new single.
Shout out to Heat. I like that record. What
appreciate it.
Behind that record, Heat.
One of those producers I was telling you about, Quantage. That's his name. Shout out Quantage. Heard the beat, vibing to it, and hook kind of came to me, and you know, it was one of those beats that just kind of felt like I just wanted to talk shit, really. That's it. I was in a shit talking mood. And
what's your writing process?
I hear a beat, or if I produce, or if I create some shit, I'll start with a melody in my head. I'll just see what melody hits me in the cadence. So as the music is playing, like whatever I hear melodically, I try to lock in on the melodics, and then I try to throw the words in to meet that. And then if it makes sense to me, I keep it. And then I'll record that, name it that, and then now I know what I need to build upon when it comes to the rest of the verses.
Okay. How often do you record, or how often do you practice, or
Yeah, I try to record every night. I typically don't always record every night, but my intentions are to record. So I probably I'm in the studio actively at least 2 to 3 times a week. Whether it's because I mix and master my own music as well. So I might write something to a beat, record it, and then need to go add something musically. And so I kind of build my music like movies. So whether I'm writing or producing or something, I try to be in the studio at least 2 to 3 times a week.
Do you accept reference tracks?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
What's your thoughts on the reference tracks when it comes to the bigger artists saying they're the greatest and everything, but then we look at them crazy when they got a reference track?
Here's the thing. Everybody has roles. I look at it like Michael Jackson, for example. I don't know if y'all know, he didn't write none of his shit.
Absolutely. No.
Yeah.
He didn't write nothing.
Nah.
The Quincy.
You can't get this man one song. You gonna do Mike like that? He ain't.
Nah, Mike ain't right. No, I'm dead ass. Mike didn't write shit. Mike didn't write anything.
Hold on, he ain't give no bars. He ain't write nothing.
None of his. I don't think none of his hits he wrote.
No.
He
would. I think Mike had ideas. Now here's the thing. This is because this is how I'm gonna answer your question. Mike had the concepts and the ideas, but Mike would allow the people that had their, you got, let's say 3 songwriters in the building, a couple producers in the building, so you got a team of people that's behind pretty much the product that Mike puts out.
Yep.
So to answer your question, I don't have a problem with it, because at the end of the day, sometimes the face is just to be the face. And if you could pull off your career doing your job, the way that, it's presented to you, like Rihanna, she don't write anything, but
singer,
she's a superstar.
Right? You know that was always with singers.
Well, wait a second. You know? It does. He did, right? He wrote. He wrote some songs. They said the songwriter.
He wrote some songs.
I mean, I know he's wrote some songs. The way I look at it like rappers not writing their songs. It's kind of like singers getting back in the day, like when singers used to get blasted for lip singing on stage.
Yeah, that's
like,
how.
Yeah.
When it comes to rapping,
they say he wrote "Beat It" and "Billie Jean" and "Bad."
He wrote it from scratch. Because here's what I was always told. I did a lot of research on Quincy.
Well, Quincy is he arranged
right. So
arrangement and
Quincy out of his mouth. Quincy, I have to find a reference for it. It's funny, but out of his mouth, he was like, Michael Jackson is one stealing motherfucker.
Oh, wait a second. Are you talking? It was like an interview where he was just letting everything go, like he was saying something.
Yeah. Quincy, like if you get a chance to go.
Yeah.
Go look the Quincy Jones interview up. That motherfucker, I don't know if he was drunk,
remember that,
or high, but he was going all the way to fucking. He was like, "Oh man, Mike then stole several songs from people." Like
I remember that.
Yeah. So
as he should.
I remember.
I would say don't. Yes. But here's the thing: he's Michael Jackson. At the end of the day, when you Michael Jackson, bro, what?
That's why I say,
look,
even if he was to give you the song, like you ain't gonna do it no justice compared to Mike.
Yeah, that's why I say
Mike is gonna kill it. Mike is gonna kill it every time.
Can you imagine any other artist back in the day coming out with Human Nature or something like that?
Fuck no. Nobody, period, could be Mike. Mike was just levels above everybody.
Okay, as a songwriter, producer, who would you say your top 5 is? Like people that you pull inspiration from, that you feel
Yeah. Well, my favorite rapper of all time is Jay-Z.
Okay.
And obviously he writes, so I would say he's one of my favorite songwriters. Producer, Timbaland is always gonna be one of my favorite, if not my favorite producer. Dr. Dre, I'm a big Pharrell fan.
Okay.
Ski Beats, who is my mentor, actually. Shout out to Ski Beats. One of my favorite producers and friends. Who else? Ye, when Ye was producing.
Yeah, you'll be back.
Yeah,
he'll be back. What you worry about? Yeah, be back.
I hope so.
I mean, he got a catalog. I mean,
listen,
he made a lot of those.
He having a divorce right now. He going through it. Yeah, he'll be back.
Yeah, he going through it right now, bro.
That's what I say. I believe he'll be back. Now's his time. I do want to ask you, what she was talking about, like you said, comparing up to your favorite artist. As an artist, as a producer, I want to ask you a question, but I want you to answer it from both sides. As an artist, when you win, do you want your producers to give you a beat, or do you want to sit down, go over your verses or go over your songs or something, or feel out and work on a beat together?
From my perspective, the second one.
And then the second one, the second one is pretty much as a producer. Would you rather artist come to you and check out the track list that you got, or would you rather tailor make a beat to an artist?
I would rather tailor make a beat to an artist, because it's funny you ask. Those are good questions too, by the way, because I've never been a beat tape kind of person. Like I typically, because I'm a producer and an artist, all of the inspiration comes to me at the same time.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So it's like, I might hear a beat, but then I feel like, man, I need to add some piano in this shit. And that's before I start writing anything. So the inspiration as a producer and as a writer comes all in the same pot. So that's probably why I'm like that.
That's what's up. I appreciate
it. For that writing stuff, man. I really feel like when it comes to rap, you know, your 2 examples were singers. Now, when it's for rappers, like that's basically what a person is being an artist. If we're just gonna be a face, if I can just pull a model and give us some bars,
then we Milli Vanillis.
Like, ain't nobody no true artist is gonna be able to rise up, because these people here on steroids.
But I mean, if we're I mean, we are in the rap. I mean, we are in the music culture of Milli Vanillis.
They on straight steroids. If a person is everybody writing your lyrics.
When you if people if you listen to like a lot of the music that's going on, like some of it is not good at all.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
That's the thing with me. I feel like I be hearing a lot of people say, "Oh, he got a reference track," or somebody else wrote.
Yeah.
Well, it was garbage. What you get that for anyway?
Yeah.
Like, who is?
I'll tell you how I feel about. I do feel like rap reference tracks are just weird. That's just me. I'm gonna just speak for me. Like, you know, for anybody out there that's gonna be watching, you know, judge how you please. I just think it's weird.
The industry. If you,
I think it's weird. I can't imagine somebody sending me a track with my verse already written for me, and I gotta go back and hell no, not me.
You're not then you just the actor. You just reading off the script.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Yeah. Because again, that like we were talking about, to answer your question, there's a process for me. It's not, you know, I respect the art like you do. You know what I mean? I respect the craft like you do. So like, I make sure that anytime I put anything out, I'm fair to the art of music itself. Because I don't want to, you know, I respect the art of creativity and this shit so much that I refuse to put anything out less than what I know is respectable to the art itself. So that's why I write and I make sure that my process is solid. But man, everybody ain't like me.
You're not cheating the fans out here. You're not cheating the fans.
Oh yeah, no.
You know what? I have to come at it as a different angle as well. Some people need to accept reference tracks, and
you might be right.
Need to go back to their day job.
Some people. There's
people who came out and was hot with a one-hit wonder, and then when people are like,
"Oh yeah,"
they ain't got nothing next.
You ever say, "Well, dang,"
reference track.
You ever say, "What happened to the music?" Well, they wasn't doing the music in the first place. They got to keep getting them tracks. So,
hey man, listen, there's so many facets to this shit, you know. And the thing is, a lot of times the loudest, the ones who get the most attention, or the music, or the, you know, the artists, or whatever the case, they get the most attention. It's not saying that they're all like necessarily like flashes in a pan, but the ones that y'all are speaking about, they're gonna get that much, you know, the noise is gonna be loud. But then you do have people who are not, like you said, cheating the process, that's still a dope as shit, and they're putting out, you know, dope projects, you know, like myself. I'll, you know, pat myself on the back. But there are people
make your beats from scratch.
Everybody's not an artist though. Everybody's not an artist. You may just have singers and rappers. That's it. Everybody's not an artist.
And you got actors. I mean, you got actors.
Great ones too.
You
Some
know?
of them need Emmys.
Here, put these goals in your mouth. Put this chain on your neck. Put this.
I'm saying, listen.
I mean, it's building. It's
an industry.
Yeah.
And you got to think. Look, we're in the entertainment industry, and a lot of times people want to separate the lines of acting and doing music, but the truth is, there's a blurry line in between both. You know what I mean? Because you have to be somewhat of an actor, like you. When there's a persona that wins, when there's a persona that's getting the most attention, the labels are gonna say, we need somebody to look like him. We need somebody that acts like him to get to these people. You know, so it's blended. You know, a lot, we don't talk about that a lot, but the truth is, it's blended. It's all entertainment at the end of the day. So regardless if somebody's writing it, like if they can, the labels look at it like, if we can pull this off, we don't give a shit.
That's it. We getting our bag.
We getting our bag and we keeping it moving, and then we gonna sign the next motherfucker and do it again.
You're destroying the community, because then that's like being put out there.
Yeah.
Like say when you just, like you just said, they're like, yo, we need a guy to act straight gangster, 100% gangster. Everything he's talking about rapping, killing, and all this. Every video pointing the pistol and all that stuff, he's giving that off. But you give it off to millions of people. So that's how he is. So I need to be like,
and cool. The thing is, he could actually be just like that. He could be that guy.
Yeah.
But either way, the problem comes in, like you said, what's the message that we're putting out here? Like, you know what I mean? What are we really what are we saying if we promoting it that hard to the people who are gonna consume it? Because look, I don't know how old y'all are, but I'm in my 30s. I'm in my late 30s. But a 20-year-old brain is gonna consume something a little bit different than a 30-year-old brain or a late 30s like myself. I could listen to any of that shit and just take it for what it is, keep it moving. They gonna consume it different. It's because they're still in an influential stage, like where you're fresh out of being parented. You're still learning how to become a man and learning how to become a woman. So what you're listening to at that time is you're more than likely to become that shit than to not. So we are putting out a bad message, you know, but look, I'm just,
hey.
Well, we definitely appreciate you bringing some fresh music to the game. Is there anything?
Hey, man.
Yeah. Is there
for sure.
Anything that you can let the people know that you have coming up?
Yeah, we got any tour dates coming, any shows, anything like that?
Yeah.
Got the new project out. Can we expect a video?
Yes, working on a video for Heat now, actually.
Okay.
I don't have a date. Yet. My album, I'll just let y'all know, is gonna drop in September. First weekend in September. So up until then, I'll be dropping singles, and I might drop another EP, Money Talk 2, in July. Okay. So I'm gonna just keep something to always drop at least every 5 to 6 weeks, whether it's a single or EP or an album.
Gotcha.
But that's it. I appreciate y'all having me.
No, we appreciate you. Hey, you gotta invite us out to the West Coast, man. If you got anything,
anytime. Yeah, for sure. Shoot me a DM. You know what I'm saying? Anytime y'all out here, and I'm out here, you know what time it is.
Take it easy, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. We appreciate you.
For sure.
Now we'll stay in contact.
For sure.
Keep this going.
Definitely.
You stay.
Definitely. Appreciate
it. Take it easy out here. All right.
Got you. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.